What is up, you guys? Sufuscoots here, back again with another video. And in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is fingerboards. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 different tricks to try on a rail. This is going to be categorized from like somewhat easiest to hardest. All these tricks depend on just, how you are. But I'm going to categorize it as in you learn these first and that can get you up to this trick. Is basically what I'm going to be doing. So let me get my fingerboard. Alright, got my fingerboard. Now it's time to get to the main premise of this video. So if we look on my extremely shattered phone, on this video, it currently has 1,518 views, 6 comments, 36 likes, and 3 dislikes. Obviously, it's the $10 fingerboard obstacles video, and what that means is it's my most viewed, liked, and basically just shared video. So obviously you guys like the fingerboard stuff, so I'm back at it with some more. So in this video right here, I made this rail. Pretty sturdy, has this so you can't slide across anything. Really nice rail. So let's talk about the tricks we're gonna be trying in this video. The first trick is gonna be a 50-50. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what a 50-50 is, it is basically when you come up to your obstacle and you perform an ollie and land on the rail with both trucks, proceed with the grind, and hop off and roll away. So to do this trick, it is very simple, as long as you know how to ollie. When you're coming up to the obstacle, the best way to learn it is to go at it and back up a little bit, then try the ollie to get more momentum and a more precise ollie. I come up, move back, and jump just like a normal ollie, and I try my best to land on the rail. You want to do that in one motion that looks something like this. Once you can get to the point where you land on top of the rail, it's as easy as pushing and elevating your back truck as if you were to try a manual on flat ground. But you do that on the rail just enough to balance it and you push off. So now I'll show you a few examples of a 50-50. Okay, on to trick number 2. Okay, this trick is like 2 tricks sort of. It's gonna be a front board and a back board. So basically 2 versions of doing the trick. What a front board is when you jump onto a rail, have it so your board is in the middle and you have your fingertips pointing in the direction you're sliding, and then you just hop out and roll away. Backboard is when you come up and it is your quote heel side, or basically just the back side of your fingertips, and then you grind going this way and get off and ride away. Let's teach you how. We start off just like any other one learning. You go forwards, then backwards to get more of an accurate ollie. And then when you're jumping, you want to get your wrist and pivot the wrist in the direction you want to rotate. You don't want to actually push out your fingers because in all actuality, this thing is extremely light and extremely tiny. So when you actually move out your fingertips, the odds are it's just gonna go like this and do like a varial kickflip or something. So just rotate your wrists when you do the ollie all the way to the 90 degrees until you land on top. Altogether, it should look something like this. You can see how I move out my middle finger and curl my pointer finger to get more of a locked grind. And then when I approach the end, I can then push out and then pull in my finger. So push out my pointer finger and pull in my middle, and then push straight off to land straight. So now that you know how to do it, it is time for me to show you a few examples. Alrighty guys, on to trick number 3. This trick is gonna be the tail slide. What a tail slide is when you approach an obstacle and you grind just the tail of your board, so not the middle, but just the tail where your middle finger would rest. And then you slide across like any other grind and hop off like any other grind as well. The thing that makes this a little tricky is it's basically a front board, but instead of having all of this, you only have that. So when I come up to an obstacle and I want to try a tail slide, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up and then get a more precise ollie as per usual, flick in an ollie and attempt a board slide, but you just have to push it into the rail. And to push it, you want to get your wrist, and when it's rotated out here, you just cock it a little bit this way, which causes it to go downward, locking it on the rail. From here, I adjust my fingers as if I would with the board slide, but to lock the tail slide. So when I'm grinding and I approach the end of the rail, I'm gonna turn my board a little bit just so I can get off and roll away. So since it's fairly similar to a board slide, just practice and practice and you'll eventually get it. But here are a few examples. Trick number 4. So this is where things get kind of tricky, but more or less just combining our previous tricks. This trick being the tail grind and the nose grind. Difference between, say, a tail slide is that it's on its board. This is on the truck. This is fairly similar to a 50-50 because you jump on just the same, but on the back truck or on the front truck. To practice this trick, you're gonna need to know manuals and you're gonna need to know ollies to manuals. Once you get that, you can then practice the ollie onto it and landing in a manual. Once you get this from here, you just proceed to push all the way off until you roll away. Keep that same consistent push all the way off and you should be fine. For the nose grind part is the exact same, but instead of switching your weight all the way to the back here, we're gonna switch it all the way to the front. When you jump on, you have to make sure you have enough weight in the front that the rear is elevated as if you were to elevate the front. It should look something like this, and to practice these types of tricks, just learn ollies to nose manuals. So to get off a rail from a nose grind, all you have to do is get off to the end, flick it a little bit, so then your trucks don't get caught on the end and it makes it look sloppy. That being said, here are a few examples. So for the 5th and final trick, this is gonna be the nose slide. So a nose slide is the exact opposite of a tail slide. Tail slide, my trailing foot will be pushing. Nose grind, my leading foot will be pushing. The reason why I find this trick so hard is because how much angle you have to rotate your wrist, along with the amount of pressure pushing down, and then not like tipping over your obstacle or something. So it's best using this on a very sturdy surface. So when I come up for one of these tricks, I make sure I have plenty of room because I'm gonna have to come at it and rotate my wrist as if I were trying for a board slide, but landing just right here. I have to push my leading foot down into the rail enough to prop up the back and slide, and when I come off, I have to rotate it to the outside of the rail and push off for a clean roll away. So I'm gonna come up to these as per usual and jump as if I'm going into a board slide, and it should look something like this. Typically, when you land on here, your back is gonna sag a lot more because you don't know how much pressure you have to push into the rail. So after time, you'll eventually get it locked as if you were trying, say, a tail slide. There is no slack there, but when I try for nose grinds, there's a lot of slack. As you can see, that's the gap when I push on, and then I'll prop it up to my middle finger. So here are a few examples. And that's 5 tricks to perform on a rail. Alrighty guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my 2nd fingerboard video, so let me know if you want any more. I got tons of these videos I can make, and look at this guys, it is currently blizzarding and there was a snowstorm Easter night, and it is currently a day after Easter, and now we're snowing some more. So don't expect very many scooter vlogs or anything like that for at least a week, week and a half. As soon as this all melts, I'll have chest mount video of me and the boys out in the streets and some street spots. So yeah guys, it's been sufuscoots, out.